question.
Thomas, explain. We're with Thomas. We're Thomas Grove, Wall Street Journal reporter, covers extensively Russia, Eastern Europe, and Middle East. Explain what Russia's foothold in Syria means for the world. When it was there, it gave them carte blanche to be up to mischief in the Middle East, to help Iran, to help the militants. But it also was their stop towards Africa. What does it mean now if they do not have the same freedom in Syria for the African continent and the Middle East, if they do not have this foothold in Syria?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because a lot of if you look at the way Putin and Moscow, the way that they try to build the narrative of why they went to war in Ukraine and why they're fighting in Ukraine, and obviously they're trying to get across their media narrative is we're fighting the good fight against a colonial and interventionist West, right? It's exactly like the exact opposite of what I think we understand the war to be about. But nonetheless, that's their narrative, and so much of that narrative is directed towards places like Africa and places like the Middle East, Southeast Asia. It's kind of combined under this term, the Global South, which is a really clunky term, and I don't particularly like it, but it gets used a lot. So having an audience in Africa that they can talk to is important, and having a number of leaders in Africa, who they feel friendly with and who they feel that they're on the same page with is also very important for Russia. And so that's what Khamenei and Tartus space was all about. They were able to basically, from Tartus sail across into into a lot of different places in Africa, delivering weapons, delivering mercenaries, delivering money as well. Money kind of went back and forth as well. So it was a really amazing and dynamic, place for Russia to be during the years that it was there. I mean, and we're talking about it in the past tense. I do want to make it clear that they're negotiating the future of those bases right now, right? So they could continue under what conditions and what terms is not clear, or they could be kicked out altogether. We just simply don't know right now. It's like things moved way too quickly for us to kind of get our heads around it. I think that goes the same for the Russians.